The Middle East in the late 1950s was a powder keg of change. As nationalist fervor surged, many Arab leaders envisioned uniting their countries into one big, happy family. But it turns out that creating a political union is harder than it looks. So why did Syria join with Egypt to form the United Arab Republic? And why did it all fall apart so quickly? Let's take a journey back in time and find out. After declaring independence from the Dutch in 1945, Syria remained politically unstable with frequent coups and fragile governments. By the mid-1950s, the country was caught in a whirlwind of competing interests. The United States and Soviet Union were eager to gain influence. France hadn't completely withdrawn, and various political factions were vying for power. To make matters worse, the economy was in sharp decline. By 1957, Syria's main trading partners, France and the UK, had been replaced by Japan and West Germany. And most of Syria's manufactured exports consisted of textiles made from Egyptian cotton that were being shipped back to Egypt. It seemed like Syria was in desperate need of a strong leader to set things right. Enter Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser, the charismatic leader who had taken Egypt from monarchy to republic, nationalized the Suez Canal, and defeated Britain, France, and Israel in the Suez Crisis of 1956. For many Syrians, Nasser embodied the hope for a better future. Meanwhile, Syria's military was facing its own crisis. Internal divisions ran high, and there were fears of a potential coup. Adding fuel to the fire, a series of border clashes with Israel left hundreds dead. Amidst this turmoil, a group of young Syrian officers reached out to Egypt for help, hoping to create a political union. Their thinking mirrored that of other Arab leaders across the region, namely that a united, independent Arab state would be impervious to Western influence. On February 1, 1958, Syria and Egypt officially united to form the United Arab Republic, merging their flags, armies, and becoming a single state with Cairo as its capital. Initially, it seemed like a match made in heaven. Both countries shared Arabic as a common language, as well as a rich cultural heritage. Politically, the union would mean more stability for both states and greater clout on the regional and international stage. Economically, it promised to pool resources, boost trade, and foster development. And socially, it offered the chance to build a new pan-Arab identity transcending national boundaries. But as we now know, the union didn't last. So, what went wrong? At the core of the union's demise was a struggle for power. While the union lasted, Syria was essentially run by Egypt, which created resentment among the Syrian people. Many felt that their country had become a province of Egypt and that their interests were being sidelined. These tensions were exacerbated by Nasser's personality cult and the suppression of political opponents. Additionally, economic disparities between the two states created tensions. With Syria being poorer than Egypt, many Syrians felt that they were subsidizing their more prosperous neighbor. This dynamic only intensified existing regional disparities within Syria itself. As the situation grew increasingly tense, Syria's military, which had been dominated by Egyptian officers, sided with the government in Cairo. When Syrian nationalists attempted a counter-coup in 1961, they were swiftly crushed. The final blow came when the United Arab Republic refused to allow Syrian troops to participate in the Yemen conflict against the royal family. This was the last straw for many Syrians who saw this as a way to assert their nation as independence. On September 28, 1961, a group of Syrian military officers led by a man named Amin al-Hafez overthrew the government and declared Syria's withdrawal from the Union. In the end, the United Arab Republic lasted only 3 years and 8 months. So what can we learn from its brief existence? First, the Union showed that shared language and culture are not enough to forge political unity. States need strong institutions, shared values, and a willingness to compromise to make a union work. Second, the demise of the UAR demonstrates the pitfalls of political centralization. By suppressing local politics and centralizing power in Cairo, Nasser alienated many Syrians and undermined the Union's long-term prospects. Finally, the Union's failure highlights the importance of economic equality. The disparity in wealth between Egypt and Syria created tensions that were exploited by those opposed to the Union. In the aftermath of the breakup, Syria plunged back into instability, eventually falling under the rule of the Ba'ath Party, which ushered in a new era of authoritarianism that continues to this day. The United Arab Republic may have been short-lived, but its impact was profound. It left an enduring legacy of pan-Arab symbolism and inspired calls for unity and independence across the Middle East. Today, the Arab world remains fragmented, but the dream of unity lives on. So there you have it, the rise and fall of the United Arab Republic. What do you think? Do you think the Union could have been saved if things had gone differently, or were the problems too great to overcome? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more engaging historical tales. Until next time, stay curious and keep asking questions. After all, history has a way of reminding us that even the most ambitious dreams can sometimes turn to dust. Thanks for watching.